That's right, the strongest man alive in the world of professional arm wrestling anyway, Levan Saginashvili is here to make a statement. If you weren't already aware, Levan, widely accepted as the world's strongest arm wrestler, he is about to come up against his most difficult test yet, and he wants to be absolutely certain about the fact that he is going to 6-0 this match. Levan Saginashvili, of course, having gone through the previous season of the top 8 as a 7-time world champion himself, he currently remains undefeated in super matches, to the effect of not only being undefeated but not having ever lost a round. 6-0s are all he is interested in doing. When it comes to the record books, no one ever has gone a career without losing a round in a super match. Levan Saginashvili wants that to be his legacy, and you can see him here in the 2019 Top 8, the last season of the Top 8, where he really did look the part, comfortably dealing with the USA's Tim Bresnan here. This was the beginning of what was a very, very dominant season. Now, Levan Saginashvili, as I said, a 7-time world champion. He has risen through the ranks of the WAF. He's won 7 world titles in total. He's won Zloty Turs. He's beaten just about everyone there is to beat. Now, for me, there's one interesting thing about Levan Saginashvili's rise to the top that I wanted to discuss, and it's what makes this match against Dave Chafee on the 5th of September in the opening round of this season's Top 8 so interesting, is that Levan Saginashvili, I don't want to take anything away from the man. He is clearly the king of the world when it comes to arm wrestling strength right now. He is the man. But Levan Saginashvili's rise came at a time when Andriy Pushkar had just passed away, when Denis Saplenkov had become sick and no longer in his peak form, and Dave Chafee was committed to the WAL, and then COVID prevented his involvement from being in these tournaments. Now, Levan, as I said, has risen to ascendancy during that time and undoubtedly is the man. We never got to see him face Andriy Pushkar. Andriy Pushkar was absolutely number 1 in the world. John Brzenk described Andriy Pushkar as the strongest man in history of arm wrestling. Levan never got the opportunity to pull Pushkar at his peak. You'll see the man here that he's against, Vitaly Laletin. The most significant opponent that Levan has faced to date is this man, Vitaly Laletin. But once again, Vitaly has risen during that time with no Saplenkov, no Pushkar, and no Dave Chafee. What makes me truly excited about this upcoming match in the Top 8 is that Levan will finally face one of the 3 men that were constantly vying for that top rank in the season before Levan's arrival and dominance. Now, as I was saying, take nothing away from this man. He is clearly the king of arm wrestling right now. Standing at about 6 foot 3 inches tall, 170 kilos with 10.5-inch wrists, back pressure up around the 85 kilos, forearms as thick as most people's thighs. Levan Saginashvili is a different breed. And he's determined, and many of his backers and many of his fans and supporters believe he will not only defeat Dave Chafee, but do it 6-0 and keep his perfect super match run intact. Now, Dave Chafee will obviously be I believe, the truest test for Levan Saginashvili. Levan will feel more side pressure from Dave than he's ever felt before, and the question is, what will Levan do with that threat against him? Will he match it? If he matches Dave Chafee in side pressure, takes control of the match and simply dominates it, the history books will mark down Levan as probably the most dominant arm wrestler ever to exist at one moment in time. This is an opportunity for Levan to really make that claim that he not is only the strongest, but the best there has ever been at any one moment in time. Of course, John Brzenk, the greatest of all time, being the strongest for the longest period of time. But Levan Saginashvili, on this match coming up on September 5th against Dave Chafee, can I think, in a lot of people's eyes, potentially become recognized globally as the strongest there has ever been. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait, honestly. Levan Saginashvili, he wants to prove it. He's hungry, and no doubt there are going to be fireworks. Because as I was saying, Dave Chafee is one of the old guards of that top rank. He is one of the guys that was in that mix with Saplenkov and Pushkar and was fighting for that true #1 rank. This, I believe, will be Levan's biggest test to date, and I just flat out can't wait to see it. Anyway, guys, it's going to all happen September 5th in the Ukraine. Watch it on armbets.tv, $10 pay-per-view. It's simply going to be epic. Anyway, guys, hope you're well. I'll see you September 5th.
Yes, that's a man!